Welcome to ZapCast, the first entertainment-based podcast in the depths of space. I'm your host Sparky. We got our second command Spur,
Heyo.
and then we got our ship mechanic Crimson.
How's it hanging?
Been a few weeks since we have recorded, due to our schedule change and the fact that I've been sick. I'm still a little bit sick, but I'm going to try managing this episode. So, what have you guys been up to lately?
Well, I've been working 2 jobs, so there's that whole situation.
Yeah.
That's fun. It's exhausting, but hopefully my plan is within the next 2 weeks to give my 2 weeks notice at the job I plan on quitting. So.
And Spur, you went to the beach house recently, right?
Yeah, I went to the beach like a couple days ago. I got back actually.
How was that?
It was pretty nice.
I heard you played Mario Kart with your mom the other day when we were in a call together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you were like. I remember you were like going off on someone for being in 12th place the whole match or something like that.
Yeah, Link's a bitch-ass motherfucker, gets 12th place in Mario Kart. Fucking asshole.
God.
The guy can save Hyrule, but he can't hold a race.
I think it's better with a horse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's better on a horse. Isn't how the car works? It scares him.
That's why he's always screaming.
Last week, went to my friend's house, and then we were playing Mario Kart, the same one that you guys were playing. And it was really confusing because one of my friends was playing Link, and then there was another Link on our team, and he too, this Link as well, kept on getting the 12th place. So I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Link sucks. That's it. He's stupid.
I don't get it, dude. I got confusing it sometimes. I'm like, dude, which one's my friend? Which one's the one that's sucking? But then I remember, like, my friend is always in first place. So it's like it had to be him. Yeah, it's that game can get really frustrating.
Oh hell yeah!
Mario Kart, yeah, dude.
Like Mario Kart Wii, I don't like Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart Double Dash. I don't get frustrated in. When it comes to Mario Kart 8, I get so frustrated because you have to drift.
Well, that's
the thing. What's worse? Super Mario Party.
Oh.
Okay, I actually have no issues with Super Mario Party. I've only ever played the new one for the Switch with my friends, and every time I've played it, I've won somehow.
You should pick Bowser or Wario.
I pick Yoshi.
Their blocks are crazy.
I pick Yoshi, and then I get Bowser Jr., I think, as a buddy, and he just kind of carries me. There was one game where I had Bowser Jr. and I had, I think Wario. I had 2 out and getting like 10 like rolls, like 10 spaces each time. It was crazy.
Why are they so short?
I don't know, but I always end up winning because I'm either the underdog or I have like the most stars, and I don't get how. I literally do not know what the hell I'm doing in the game.
Isn't that most video games?
I guess, yeah. It's the games. There's like so much to take in, and the mini games are usually. The mini games are the worst part if you're matched up. Like if there's only 3 people playing and there's one AI, because the AI will just stand there.
Luigi wins Mario Party by doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Like I remember like one game my friends that were playing, because they're twins and then there's me, so there's 3 people. So then we had an AI with us, and it was Peach. And then Peach kept on getting all the stars, so we like all banded together to go against her to get those stars back. And then whenever there was a mini game, one of us was always matched with like usually the mini games go 1 versus 3 or 2 versus 2. Whenever it was 2 versus 2, one of us got screwed over because we got the AI. And it really sucked with this one game. I forget what it was called. But basically you have to trace these patterns with yarn. And it's awful. It is so awful with an AI because the AI will just stand there, or it will go in different directions than the direction you want to go.
Oh yeah, when you're with the AI, it's just you're gonna lose.
And there's
They
this
don't know what they're
other
doing.
there's this other one where it's like a giant it's the bomb tennis or something like that. And again the AI will just stand there whenever the bomb like gets to where the AI is. The AI won't swing at it. It will just let the bomb hit her or him at her. It's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? I
What
guess
is you doing?
I'm guessing that like the harder the AI is, the more responsive they want to be. But like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, um, we got some things that happened in the news recently. Notre Dame Church got burned down.
Mm-hmm.
That was surprising.
Yeah.
What
Seriously.
are you guys' opinions on it?
Well, I mean, obviously it's such a historic building, and
Yeah,
it's
it's a
it's
shame that can happen.
yeah, and I mean, the cathedral itself was absolutely beautiful. Um, so I mean, something that old that was what was it? I think it was 850 years old.
Yeah.
So I mean, something that old that just combusted like that. It is kind of saddening to see.
I don't know if you guys heard, but the president of Gucci actually has donated a couple $1 billion. He originally donated 1.3 billion euros. Now he donated an additional like billion to get it restored, and
Jesus
that's just like,
Christ.
wow.
Yeah.
And the French president. Okay, I don't want to like sound controversial, but the French president said that he wants to restore it within the next 5 years, which is great. But he wants to rebuild it in a way to reflect the diverse nation of France. And I'm just sitting here like, can't you guys just restore it to where it originally was?
Yeah.
Like I feel like, okay, diversity is great, but I think historical like like works of art should be restored to the original glory. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that'd be nice.
definitely.
Remember that one painting of Jesus that got
Oh
fucking
my God.
destroyed?
Yep.
That's what I'm afraid of with this whole Notre Dame thing. If they're gonna rebuild it, fine, but I want them to rebuild it the way it was. I don't want I get the complaint like, oh, maybe it's too hard to rebuild the way it was, but like, the French president's gonna do something really crazy with the building if he says that, like, oh, we're gonna rebuild in a way to reflect the diverse nation. I feel like that he's gonna do something to deface it. Maybe, I don't know. Because when I think of a Bell Church, the first thing that comes to mind is, I don't know, religion, not necessarily diversity. Yes.
Yeah.
But I guess that's not the whole point. The whole point of the whole church, like the burning, is it's a tragic thing, and it's 800 years of work down the drain and about 1 million hours of time wasted.
I don't know, because I mean, the fact that it's 850 years old, I don't think it was a waste of time. I mean,
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that like it burning like got rid of all that hard work and time put into it.
yeah. I mean, that is unfortunate. I mean, fucking, I don't know. I agree that it should be kind of restored to how it was. Because like you said, the whole historic buildings, they should be kept as is, just because it's a piece of history. You know, I guess traditions are important
Yeah.
to an extent.
You go.
I was just gonna say, traditions to an extent are important, but there are some times where you do have to break that tradition.
Yeah. I just hope that he does something good with their rebuilding and not like screws it up. 'Cause that will make me angry. Yes,
Yeah.
it's like, and speaking of which, there's been quite okay. So other things relating to this. I forget like what it was. But Assassin's Creed Unity is going to be used to help rebuild the statue. Like not the statue, the church, because Assassin's Creed Unity has an exact replica of the church in the game, and they're going to be using that 3D model to help rebuild. And I think that's crazy. And because of this, Ubisoft actually donated, I think, like $1 million to help out, and they're also making Assassin's Creed Unity free for a week.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's actually I forget which game launcher it is, but yeah.
It's Uplay, their own game
Yeah,
launcher.
Uplay. That's it.
Which is the no one really uses, but I digress. I mean, you kind of do need it to either play any of the PC games, because if you buy it on Steam, you need to have Uplay, and it kind of sucks. But we're gonna take a quick break. But here is the level 1 music for Silver Surfer for the NES. Enjoy. Welcome back to ZapCast, and we have some interesting facts for you guys. Didn't we have a name for the segment? for facts?
No.
Oh fuck.
I don't remember.
We'll have to go back in the archives and find it out. We'll
Yeah,
we'll put an annotation saying what it's called if we actually have a name for it.
I'm just gonna call it interesting factoids until we can think of a name. So, first fact here is this is a very specific fact. Specific fact. If you rub a grasshopper's hind leg for 5 seconds every minute for 4 hours, it will trigger its brain to transform, swarm, and become locusts.
Holy shit. That's a...
That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
I wonder who sat down and figured that out. Like, they have to rub its hind leg for 5 seconds every minute for 4 hours. Who has the time to do that?
Apparently some schmuck in the lab.
They get paid to do it.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean-
I guess they get paid good bucks for that.
I mean, this is going way back, but grasshoppers have always interested me. So I mean, I'd do it. If I was getting paid, I'd do it. So,
Yeah, I don't.
though it depends on how much I'd be getting paid. You know, if I was being paid 10 cents an hour, I wouldn't do it. But if it's like $25 an hour, ooh baby, give me some of that good cash.
So here's our second fact, and probably the last fact we're going to do today, because I wasn't really prepared for this, to be honest. You shouldn't use Calvin Klein's obsession scent when you're on a safari. Cheetahs, tigers, jaguars, and other wildcats, oh my, are attracted by it. Scientists use it to count the population of these animals better.
Huh.
I wonder how many people died from wearing Calvin Klein's obsession out in the fucking African jungle.
Well, I suppose it's a good thing that, in general, I don't wear cologne.
Yeah, same here.
I just use use an antiperspirant deodorant myself.
I use Adidas like sports spray. It's a really old bottle. I've had it since high school, and I'm out of high school like 3 years now. And my girlfriend, she's like, "Oh, you smell really nice. What color are you using?" I'm like, I want to say like, "Oh, I'm using Adidas," and then like I was like, "I'm using Adidas like sports spray." She's like, "Oh, interesting." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's not any type of cologne. I don't usually use cologne. My uncle gave me some cologne once, like before he passed away. I never used it because it's like I didn't need it. I was going to school. Why would I need cologne when I'm going to school, you know? I guess like the smell better, but like I always found like cologne is more like a special occasion type thing.
Yeah.
I feel you.
I mean, my dad has a bottle of Old Spice that he's probably had for the last 6 years.
Yeah. Same with my Adidas. I've had it for about 6 years, and it does the trick.
Old Spice.
So this is Peculiar Gazette, where we read strange articles found on the internet. Did I sound nasally? Oh, Alright, so this is guys. I have some bad news.
What's that?
The once nude Hermes statue is now covered in old cloth.
Really?
Yes. In Greek mythology, Hermes is the god of trade, travelers, sports, and messengers. He is often depicted in statues and pictures in the way Greek gods and goddesses are usually depicted, naked. But for one Hermes replica statue at the Harmony Bridge in Gambar, Central Jakarta, Tano looks a bit different. The 2-meter tall statue is no longer nude, after the lower half of his body was covered by a light brown and green piece of old fabric. Photos of the covered Hermes statue circulated on Monday, raising eyebrows as to whether it was part of an orchestrated move by the city administration to cover up naked statues. Concern were raised following the brouhaha over mermaid statues in the Putri Duyung Resort in Angkor Dreamland Park, North Jakarta. That were covered up with Cambed golden wraps, and a move that park operator city-owned property developer PT Pembangunan Jaya and Cole claimed to beautify the statues to adjust them to Eastern norms. But Cultural Heritage Division head at the Jakarta Tourism and Cultural Agency, I'm not going to even attempt to read that name, said there was no order from the city administration to cover up statues in the capital. Probably was done by someone for fun. People can be so random, he told the Jakarta Post on Monday. He said that the strategic location of the statue between, not going to read that either, might invite passerby to touch it. I'm not going to read the rest, but you guys get the idea. So, Crimson, what do you think of that article?
Well, you said they had some bad news. I got some pretty good news.
Oh, what's that?
Because just yesterday, the Hermes statue is once again nude.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
So, a replica of Greek god Hermes located on the Harmony Bridge in central Jakarta is back to being nude after having the lower part of its body covered up by a piece of cloth. The statue, a replica of one on display at the Jakarta History Museum in West Jakarta, was spotted sporting the garment on Monday, but by Wednesday, it was back to being nude. I don't know.
Praise the Lord.
Praise Hermes.
And his wiener.
I don't know.
Oh god.
I don't know who took the piece of cloth, said Andy, a street vendor who operates a stall only a few meters away from the statue. He added that he never really paid attention to the 2-meter figure and never noticed whether it was covered or not. Because the statue is small, many people might not be aware if something changes, he said, suggesting that whoever had covered the statue had probably done it as a joke. Photos of the covered Hermes circulated on Monday, raising eyebrows as to whether it was part of an orchestrated move by the city administration to cover up naked statues in the city.
It's basically repeating.
Yeah, it's repeating the rest of the other article.
Lame.
So, yeah, you know, within a day.
Our boys waving it out.
Within
Dude,
a day,
you gotta let him. You gotta let him free the waiter.
free the winner.
Hashtag free Hermes.
Free Hermes.
He did nothing wrong. Ah, man. The stuff that appears in news, you know, like, imagine, like, being so bored that you're, like, no, imagine getting paid to read this article. I'm assuming you're getting paid because you had to fucking make an account just to read the first article. God
Yeah.
damn.
Well,
Ah,
you know, here's the thing. It must be a slow news day if, you know, one of your biggest news articles has to be that statue was covered up.
yeah. So, I just don't get it. Like, I mean, it obviously had to be a joke, but why? Like, did someone get offended at it? Did someone just think it would be funny to do it? Because, like, it's literally just a statue. It's not gonna hurt anybody.
Right.
Especially that of Hermes. It's, you know, it's nothing offensive. I mean, yeah, he has his wiener showing, but, like, is that really bad? I mean, like, people, like, say, like, oh, women shouldn't, like, you know, have to cover their boobs, so then what's the point of, you know, like, why should guys have to, I don't know where I'm going with this, but, like, it's just weird.
Basically, why should people have to cover up if... I mean, you know, honestly, I mean, people shouldn't have to cover up if they don't want to, but, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's more like a social norm.
Yeah, it's more of a social norm, because, you know.
Yeah. So we're gonna transition to our last article here, and then we're probably gonna call it podcast episode. This is Florida man threatens to destroy town with his army of turtles, warning police they should have never fucked with the saint, as he's arrested for shouting obscenities in the street. This is from Daily Mail, from April 10th. Thomas Devaney Lane, 61, was arrested on Sunday in Atlantic, Florida. Police say they received 7 calls alleging Lane was disturbing the peace. Lane reportedly warned officers that his turtle army will destroy everyone. He was escorted to a police station and banged on the glass before leaving. Lane was arrested for a second time that day, warning, "You'll see what happens in an hour," before making multiple claims his turtle army would avenge him.
God.
Same. A man referring to himself as the Saint was arrested in a Florida town on Sunday after police say he screamed obscenities and threatened to unleash an army of turtles to destroy the community. Police received multiple calls Sunday afternoon regarding Thomas Devaney Lane, 61, for disturbing the peace at several businesses, including Starbucks, Cafe Surfinista, and Sassy Granny Smoothies. I want to go there. Along the Wavecrest Avenue boardwalk in Atlantic. Upon his arrest, Lane is said to have warned officers that his turtle army will destroy everyone and wreak havoc on the local area to avenge for his apprehension. Authorities escorted him back to the Atlantic Police Department headquarters, where Lane reportedly pounded on the glass and walls before hastily exiting the station before a booking officer could speak to him. He was later found in his car in the parking lot of a 7-Eleven, where eyewitnesses say the 61-year-old was cursing at customers as they entered and left the store. As police approached him for a second time, Lane dialed 911 and allegedly told the operator that the responding officers needed to leave now, or you'll be sorry you fucked with the saint. He then added they would all see what happens in an hour, police affidavit claims. The document adds that Lane had to be removed from his vehicle by force. Police say he continued to yell obscenities passerbys during the ensuing struggle and warned officers several times of the violence his turtle army would have packed upon them. Lane was later arrested for disturbing the peace, resisting arrest without violence, and misusing 911. He was booked in the Brevard County Jail and later released on bail. That's a bad choice, man. He's gonna fuck everyone over with his turtles.
Well, we know someone was inspired by Bowser. We need to call the Mario Brothers to handle this situation.
I mean, I kind of want to meet this guy, cause like, I can you know, I can chill with this guy. You know, he wants to have an army of turtles. I respect that. I don't think he's a bad guy. You know, he's a Florida man, dude. He's the current Florida man.
That is true. He's the current Florida man.
If you remember our conversation from the other week,
yeah,
about like Florida men and how there's like a little cult of them. I think that, you know, each Florida man has to do something, and I think that the current Florida man, I think he'd be a cool guy to meet. So, any last words you guys want to say before we close this?
I've really got nothing to say. Yeah.
All right.
No, I don't either.
Oh, actually, speaking of Mario Brothers, Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Oh yeah.
He says like he left finally. He left yesterday.
I wouldn't say finally. That sounds kind of rude.
Oh no, I'm not trying to be rude, but like I remember, like he said,
He
a couple months ago that he was gonna leave.
Yeah. He announced his retirement.
And I was saying he finally left, as like in a sincere way, not like a bad way. He left, and now Doug Bowser is taking over Notre-Dame of America. And obviously there's a bunch of jokes that like, oh, like, you know, King Koopa is, you know, running Nintendo. But in all honesty, I mean, I've never been a huge Nintendo person. Never really grew up. When I grew up in Pokemon, I grew up with the DS. I never had any of like the Mario or Zelda or Metroid games. So I'm not the best person to really say sincerities on this, but I will say that Reggie did a good job at Nintendo America, and I do hope he has a good retirement, and I'm hoping he can focus on his family more, and just because Nintendo's all about family, and I think that he can apply that to his his actual family.
Oh, absolutely.
And and I'm hoping that he lives out a good life. He certainly did good things for the company, and I hope that Doug Bowser coming in will do a good job.
Bowser.
So,
Yeah.
is there anything you guys want to add?
No, I think you closed off pretty nice there.
Yeah, I think that was good.
All right. So this has been another episode of ZapCast. We hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see more videos, we have playlists for both seasons on our channel. If you guys want to go behind the scenes and keep in touch with us, we have a Facebook page. Both
We
will be
do?
listed in the description. Yeah, we do.
I didn't.
I've said this in like every video.
No. You have?
Yes, I have.
God, I'm
Geesper, get on the
stupid.
program.
Put
Yeah,
it
it's
on
like
the
you don't-
screen. Spurs a dumb idiot, stupid baby head.
This has been Commander Sparky signing out, and Spur is a big, dumb baby head.
Don't
So,
forget the stupid part.
a stupid, big, dumb baby head.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace out.